discuss the underrepresentation of women in STEM fields and in general as well.
Yes.
As we all know, that women are very much underpaid as well, and they are very much represented, yeah, underrepresented in STEM field especially. We know, like many of us know, men like who are engineer or computer scientists in our field, or even doctors and stuff. And especially in Pakistan, I believe that most people like एक लड़का डॉक्टर होता है तो you kind of just trust them more, a male doctor rather than a female doctor. And especially engineering, that's more linked to man. Like अगर आप बोलो आप engineer, it's like, oh, are you a man? Because we did this, I think we talked about this before as well. In our interview with Dr. Farah, and we like kind of asked her like how you feel about being an engineer. So she was like, whenever I say I'm an engineer, people automatically assume I'm a man. So we can kind of just figure out how much unappreciated and unrecognized women are in STEM and in other fields as well. Like a bunch of women, like we were about to discuss that a bunch of women, they get their education, they even get their masters, they even do their job, but when they somehow when they get married, they're like, oh, you're not allowed to work. Why?
Even to a certain extent that if a girl has a dream, the family prefers, especially in like Pakistan or like South Asian countries, they prefer that their daughter gets married and like फिर कहते हैं कि like हाँ भाभी गाड़ी पढ़ लेना, or something like that. या अपने शोहर से आगे पूछ लिया they allow you or not.
I mean this seems so cliche,
yes.
But this is so real and we need to discuss these topics. They discuss over and over again, but they still don't get the recognition they deserve. So I believe it's very important that we still discuss them and like kind of just raise awareness and raise the voices that many women would be who would be watching this. They would be like, oh, we think the same thing, but they don't have a platform, or they can't find their voice. So I think it's our responsibility as women in tech to represent you guys as well and to really talk about this important issue, which we all know and we all of course believe is very, very important. Because even if we see the struggle at them in the video as well, many women are underpaid as compared to men. Even though they're working on the same field, they're even working more than their male counterparts, but they are paid less and they're less recognized. Even families do actually women get less support as well if they want to pursue a specific career, let alone it being a very different kind of career. Or let's say they want to do computer science, it's still like kind of it's more heard of now, but it was like
I think Shaida can relate to because when she was taking computer science as his main subject, I think she was the only girl in the class.
Yeah.
All were boys. So I mean, you can like kind of see that how even like girls are like more appreciated if they take like certain like subjects.
Like if you take biology or maybe business, you might be like more appreciated, or like it would be like more to the norm. But like if you take computer science, or let's say a girl take astronomy, like we had Priya on our podcast, she was like very unique. I mean, of course her parents did support her, but like it's still very much unheard of, especially in Pakistan and even globally as well. And even if you see globally, a bunch of women who are doing the same job as the men, they get less paid, and then like literally the only reason is because they're women. I know I read this book, I'm still reading it. It's like the women rights movement, and in it it's also mentioned कि पहले लड़कियों को like they didn't have the right to vote, of course, and like there were a bunch of other rights that they were deprived of, and it also included that a bunch of women were paid like very much less than the males. So of course, and that still continued today, which is like very sad, honestly. Like we claim to be like pro-feminist or something, but like we still don't value our women. And like why on earth would two people doing the same job, one is like less paid and one is like more paid and even more appreciated? Like women face so many challenges even doing their work.
Do you see that the men if you have like a male engineer and a woman engineer, they probably like assume already that the male engineer has more experience and is just the dominant one in
and they get more opportunities as well. And
yes.
okay, so So we know that a lot of women, there are like less women in leadership posts as well, even though they're doing the same job or even more than their male counterpart, and they literally have the same skills, if not more. And we still also kind of know, because I think science has also proven in a bunch of things, women do kind of learn things quicker and stuff as well. I don't exactly know the stats, and because but like it kind of means something along the lines that women kind of are more smart as well, but they don't get the opportunities, they don't get the recognition they deserve. And like even when they're married or like when they reach a certain age, especially in Pakistan, you're like, oh, you don't need to work anymore. Why do you need to work? Your husband will pay for you. Why? If he has a passion for something, it's not always about money, of course. So if she has a passion about something, or even if she wants to earn money on her own, why can't she do that? Why do you have to stigmatize it? Why?
Like we were just having a discussion with one of our friend, and she also mentioned that कि, like keep the job for like the bad times, बुरे वक्त के लिए job
जॉब
रखो,
तब कर लेना,
तब
अभी
कर
अभी
लेना.
से स्किल सीख लो, बुरे
Yeah.
वक्त में काम आएंगी.
Like abhi just like focus on your family or something like that.
Yeah, just
Why
focus
should
on
like
your-
women sacrifice focusing on family? Why can't men do that?
Yeah, and like, why do you need to wait for that Buddha time?
Yes.
Because logically speaking, people do value experience. They don't even have an experience; they just have a degree. Or, you know, I have a degree, but I haven't even like I have a programming degree, okay? But I somehow forgot how to program. What do I do now? अब बुरा वक्त आ गया, मैं क्या करूँ? Honestly, like that's literally absurd. Like why?
So
Like एक लड़की करना चाहिए और घर वाले उसको पहली बात करना चाहिए, उनको कोई वो उस पे kind of अच्छा. So basically like अगर एक लड़की खुद अपना सारा करके like आप अगर उसको permission भी दे रहे हो जॉब करने के after marriage, or even in families, their fathers, their brothers, or whoever, even their mothers, but like women love to pull each other down as well. Why, guys? We kind of are being a bit informal here, but yeah, I guess that works still. Because like women that want to create a platform that is like it's easy to access for everyone, right? So I was saying that कि आप क्यों आपको ये सहन नहीं करे किसी लड़की पे उसको जॉब करने की परमिशन देके. She earned that degree. She did all the work. Even
Yeah.
in a male-dominated society, she did all the work. Even in a new field, she did all that work. She faced all the stigmas and everything. And why do you have the right to give her permission to work? Why? On it, like, how do you get that authority? Honestly. And we kind of want to raise the question, we want to know that why are women less paid, and why are they unrecognized, and why do you feel like boys always do all the professions very right and women can't? And especially in STEM field, because STEM is kind of very much male dominated. It's less now, but especially if we kind of see throughout the history, even some stuff, some invention that women did, men actually ended up taking the credit for that, or they, even if none of them even did it, okay, let's say their husbands took credit, or even for some of them.
Mary Carey was also one of the examples.
Yeah. Even I guess some people, I don't know how true this is, but some people say that Einstein's wife actually worked on some stuff and he took the credit. Not exactly sure about the stats, but there is stuff like this online.
Moving on to solutions of all the problems that we just discussed, I think one could be like that women should like try to engage more in like leadership roles, or if they don't get the chance to, they can create their
Create their
own.
own chance.
Like come up with innovations. Like for example, we came up with a platform to provide and empower women. They could try the same as well, to like start an initiative, or like maybe if you want to become a teacher or like a head or something, like start a small school or something like that. Because like you start
Start
from
teaching from home, something to your friends.
you
something.
start from like the beginning, building blocks. You create a surface for a wall to stand. So that's why one thing could be that,
And be resilient. It's your life. You kind of do get, if you have a degree or you have some skill and you want to use it and you want to exercise that skill, you have all the right. Your law gives you that right, and everything does gives you that right. So no one has any again right to take your hard-earned skill away from you and tell you that you are not deserving, or maybe you're not skilled enough. You know that. So, and also of course create your own opportunities, do very much fight for your own rights and work for those. And then again, as for companies, of course, they need to very much. I think there are, of course, organizations now which are working to promote women education, women like other fields and stuff. And they kind of need to have, maybe in factories or businesses, they kind of could have a special section for women to kind of empower them more. Because if you search up some facts, there like these are kind of the solutions. Like kind of have some women-based communities, even in your own in your businesses, in your work areas, or just have like
Like
in
create
your
a
community.
community
Yeah, create a
of
community.
girls that are willing to empower each other, and like I think more the people you have around you, the more not only experiences you have, but the more
more
you like
opportunities kind of.
opportunities you have, and like the more support you have to like take a bigger initiative out in the world. So
And stand up for each other, honestly.
Yes.
Like stand up for each other. You need to do that.
and I think it goes to like even like parents, or like even friends, or like literally in general, if a person next to you they have any issue, you should guide them. Like if I have an issue here, like Shahida, my parents are not allowing me to take computer science. You should be like, instead being like, okay, listen to your parents or something like, they know better. Be like, why don't you do your own research? And if you know,
If
are
you are in
willing-
the position to help someone,
Yes.
do it.
do it. Like let them not change their decision, more like just let support their decision and tell them
Kind of-
that whatever you like, do it. Just because being a girl, you do not have to listen to the higher people talking to you or something like that. Like be resilient, stand in your position and tell them that yes, I need this and I have this.
Yeah. Alright, I think that's all for today's podcast. Hope you got some insightful thoughts from this. And please leave tough and kind of
Comments.
empowering statements
Follow
in the
us on
comments.
Instagram.
Follow us on
subscribe.
Instagram. Like this video, subscribe so the algorithm pushes it, of course. I mean, it's not for us, of course. It's just that more people do see it. I mean, it's your choice, honestly. But yeah, we'll see you next week with another podcast on another insightful topic. Till then, bye.